The squirrel and the cat huddle together. The squirrel petting him with long, slow strokes. Sometimes his fingers curl, as if he's forgotten that his friend's fur is long gone. After all that's just happened, life, every flawed morsel of it, seems more precious to you than ever. You look around at those who have accompanied you so far. In each one, something unique shines through. Divinity has eluded you so far, but life beats strong within you, here and now. Who knows what lies ahead for you, for your companions? Your quest failed. The void is growing stronger, and the hall is dark. You feel the need for some affection. Perhaps they feel it too.
Alone? Together? You and me? I love that. Lead the way, Chief.
As you move to go below decks, the live wood creaks and groans. The steps you thought you knew lead you to a part of the ship you've never seen before. A newly carved nook that smells of resin and wood chips. Touching the wall beneath your fingers, the live wood hums at your touch. You understand that the Lady Vengeance has carved this space for you in gratitude for your help. You enter and feel the presence of the ship recede, offering you the total privacy of a moment alone with your companion. The first moment you have been truly alone together.
Would you get a load of this place?
She saunters around the room, inspecting it like she plans to move in. She tosses her head over her shoulder and calls out to you in an affected tone.
I suppose it will do, darling.
Her face cracks into a smile, then a laugh.
So, what should we do? Wait, don't answer that.
She digs into her pack, skipping over to you, and sits on the ground at your feet, then tugs your hand for you to sit on the ground too. She sets an empty bottle on the ground between you and looks at you impishly.
Let's play a game. It's called Spout's Choice. We each take a turn spinning this here bottle, and whoever the spout points to, well, I'll explain that part when we get there. You can go first.
She takes your hand and places it on the bottle, on its side between you.
Go on, spin.
The bottle swishes in circles as it spins. Losa watches it intently as it lands pointing directly at yourself.
Ha! Try again.
The bottle swishes in circles as it spins. Losa watches it intently as it lands, pointing directly at her. She smiles and blushes.
Well, in this game, you're meant to plant one on whoever the bottle lands on.
She flutters her eyelashes in exaggerated coquettishness, her blush deepening. She kisses you back, gently, more gently than you expected, then leans away, flushed with color.
My turn.
She spins the bottle. and it twirls and comes to a rest, pointing into a no-man's land. She doesn't lift her eyes from the bottle, but quickly corrects it to face you. She looks up then, drawing an arc with her eyes from the bottle's tip to your gaze. Her dark eyes are deeper, lusher than ever before.
Hey, Chief.
She crawls across the space between you and climbs into your lap, wrapping her legs around you. She melts into you and nuzzles her face into the crook of your neck. Her body is warm, warmer than it should be, her weight comforting and solid against you. She speaks into your neck, her lips brushing against your skin.
Chief, look, I don't know what's gonna happen from here on out. I don't know if we'll find Dallas. I don't know which one of us is gonna, you know, all the stuff they say we'll do. I don't even know if I'm still gonna be myself much longer. But I do know that I'm happier now than I've ever been in my life. You make me feel like I have a voice. Like I'm not just a host. Like I'm a real person. I need to tell you something. The thing is, well, you know, when two people get to know each other pretty well, it's just, It's just, I love you.
Suddenly, you feel the thud, thud, thud of her heart hammering against her chest and into yours.
I love you too. I love you too. I love you too.
One tear streams out of the corner of her eye as she breaks into a fit of laughter and throws herself forward, knocking you to the ground, her whole body wrapped around yours.
Oh, I've wanted you for so long. I've wanted you like this for so long.
She grins and takes your chin softly in her hand, parting your lips. She comes close to your mouth, so close, then licks your lips, once, twice, and kisses you softly, soft as your first time, then harder, deeper, her tongue swirling around yours. She tugs at your clothes and growls in your ear.
Get these off.
She sits up on her knees, still straddling your hips, and shimmies out of every last article of clothing. Her body is smooth and soft, flesh dipping generously beneath your hands. You could take handful after handful of her and never have enough.
Here I am, all of me, and I want all of you.
Her heavy eyelids flutter. She reaches across your body, peeling clothes off you until you're both bare, just the two of you. She moves her body slowly, slowly, slowly over yours, until you are one person, the surprise of it, the perfection of it making you both gasp. She moves in small circles, your bodies joined like they were made for each other, like they were never meant to be apart.
Oh, you're perfect. You're perfect.
You roll in unison, your minds, bodies, souls working as one. She holds your face, eyes soft and heavy.
This is it. This is my cure. You're my cure.
You are one in the night, one great beautiful being, your bodies aching with desire where they touch, your mind ablaze, your souls entwined, growing great, greater, greater, greater.
How could I have gone this long without you?
In this infinite moment, it feels you'll never be apart again. Losa yawns and stretches, arching her whole body like a cat. She folds into you, her head on your chest.
I'm gonna love you for the rest of my life, you know. However long that is. Even if I have morning breath. Even if a demon eats my whole brain. Even if I hog all the blankets in the night and I'm not even sorry.
She holds you tighter and kisses your chest, where your heart is.
So, I guess we should get back out there. Save the realm, stop the void, blah blah blah. You have no idea how much I needed that.
She plants a quick kiss on your lips and a bite on your neck.
Let's get out of here, Chief. Hey, Chief. You ready to get out of here?
Hail. Spoken to Malady yet? She said to talk to the Lady Vengeance when we're ready to move on.
There you are. I hear Malady wants to continue the journey. We've but to talk to the Lady Vengeance and off we pop.
Hey, Chief. You ready to get out of here? Malady said something about the ship's figurehead, didn't she? Hey now, let's keep it professional and everything. We're still God-woken on a mission, aren't we? Though, after experiencing that thing you did with your tongue, I guess I know who the real god among mortals is.
The day was lost, and no one won. Divinity is still up for grabs. Will you be the one to grab it? I do so wonder. Naught but the demon I'm hunting. I did. She's quite graciously taking...
I thought you'd forgotten about me, darling. How goes your little endeavor?
Almira gives you a devilish grin.
I had a feeling you'd be one to watch, my dear. I'm glad to hear my faith wasn't misplaced.
glad I didn't step ashore on that island with you, sorcerer. That place is a pyre, the Order. My comrades, I don't regret leaving with Almira, but I did swear an oath. I hear Bishop Alexander made it to the island with some followers. What came of him? No loss. The Divine Order grew weak and divided under his stewardship. Perhaps if it survives, it can come back strong.
People are going to perish. People are going to die, and I can't stop it. She'll do it now. She'll never stop. She'll never stop.
Like to take a look at what I've been working on? Go on. By all means.
The little girl doesn't acknowledge your presence. The silent monk cocks it.
It's so cold. I haven't felt cold in... What happened? I just remember... Oh no. No, that can't be right. This... Wonderful! What a fascinating experience! And I will be able to spend eternity studying you creatures. No more having to watch from the shadows. No more having to walk mysterious social tightropes.
The skeleton pulls a notebook from the folds of his robes and starts scribbling. As you walk away, you hear him muttering about Observations on the Mortal Races, Volume 1.
Take whatever time you need to gather yourself, my friend. When you are ready, we can proceed. It shall be done.
Melody's face is drawn. She seems to...
What's wrong with you? You seem... happy. Well. And does the object of your affection feel the same about you?
A smirk curls across her face.
Good for you, darling. We could all use a little good news about now, couldn't we? What comes next will be... well, it'll be up to you how it will be. I've had some time to think, and there's a few matters I want to discuss before we carry on. I doubt you've forgotten the death of Meister Siva.
She swallows hard and closes her eyes for a moment, as though trying to dispel a dizzy spell.
She and I had a deal, you see. A deal that's now quite obviously defunct. According to its terms, I was to help you ascend to divinity, and she was to help me with another matter. The details aren't important now, it's just... never mind. Another entangling alliance. But I won't be able to disentangle it on my own. There may come a time when I need to count on you as an ally. So, Are we? Allies, that is. The details are detailed. Suffice it to say that Meister Siva believed she could help me. And I believe you're twice the sorcerer she ever was. So? That's something I don't often hear. Thank you. Really. Moving on. I found out where Dallas is heading. There's a great city not far from Driftwood, Arx by name. It's controlled by Magisters, so you'll have your work cut out for you. We have to find out what she's planning to do with the powers of the Seven. You'll need to find her and take back what she stole, and quickly, before she does something irreversible. Dallas, or any of the others for that matter, cannot be allowed to use the powers of the gods. She doesn't understand what must be done. She doesn't understand how to rule. It's quite simple, really. Chaos is a fact of life, surer than any other. Power is one of the few structures that can cut a line through that chaos. If wielded well, that line will mean stability, order, a comfort against the unknowable, changing forces of chaos. If wielded poorly, the line will mean domination, terror, different from chaos, but no better. Dallas, and the others like her, Alexander, the Mother Tree, the Prince of Shadows, they are little better than demons, really. They seek power at the expense of others, not to create stability, but to create servants. Look at my face, Godwoken. What do you see? I suppose we all see what we want to see. When I look in the mirror, I see balance. Balance between darkness and light, between good and evil. Whatever those categories mean. When the time comes for you to ascend, remember my face. Remember that despite any shortcomings you might have, if you can bring a semblance of balance to the world, you'll have done as good as the Seven did. And if you can be stronger than them, you'll do all the better. The Seven are gone, slain by their Godwoken, slain by you. You have the potential, the obligation even, to do better than they did, to create a better world than the world they made. I know what evil is, Godwoken. I've seen what chaos can do. It isn't how I picture Rivellon's future. You are my insurance against that. Now, there's little time to spare. We need to get you to Arx, find Dallas, take back what she stole. Shall we go? Very good. How lucky for you I'm on your side. I'm probably the only one masterful enough to transport an entire ship safely between the land of the dead and the land of the living. Captain Malady stands at the ready.
After the briefest moment of respite, Malady brought the Godwoken to Arx to recover the divine powers Dallas had snatched away. But the half-demon secret was taking its toll on her.
Lucian! Fools! The bastard's going to ruin everything! Brace! Brace! Brace!
Don't say anything.
Malady groans, her face twisting in pain. She falls to one knee, catching herself on her hands. She raises one hand and raises herself to her feet.
Now, no need to fuss, I'll be fine. It's just that traveling between the realms isn't easy, you know? It takes something from my soul each time. But never you fear. I pulled a clever trick out of my sleeve. The Lady Vengeance stands in 2 realms at once. Body here, her soul in the Hall of Echoes. You can still return at your leisure. At least I got us where we wanted to go. This is Arx. This is where Dallas has fled with the powers of the gods. This is where the path to divinity leads. Dallas must be stopped. She has stolen the powers of the Seven. You'll need to get the Aetherin back if you're to fight the God King. You'll need it if you're to ascend. Track her in Arx. Find out where she's gone and end her. Take back the Aetherin and the powers of the gods with it. You cannot fail, Godwoken. Not for anything.
Hey, Chief, before we get a move on, I'd like a word with Malady. You mind? Psst. Hey, Mals. I'm not, feeling so hot.
I should think not. The demon is getting closer to himself. You'll meet him in Arx soon enough, and if you meet him like this, it's bye-bye Losa. We won't let that happen, will we? I've got a little something cooking. There's power in names, after all. And we know exactly who Adramalik is. Don't worry. I'll find you before it's too late. Demon's honor.
Oh, it's still there.
The squirrel bows solemnly.
Hurry along now. That's for you to discover. Arx is rife with divine. Take care of yourself, Godwoken.
The statue reaches toward the sky.
Not the finest of landings, though I suppose our dear vessel did well enough, given it's not exactly in its natural habit. At least I can still access all of my tools in the Hall of Echoes. I wouldn't relish the prospect of scouring through all this wreckage to find what I need. Why work, of course? Anathema won't restore itself, I dare say. I shall finish what I started, aboard whatever remains of the Lady Vengeance in the Hall of Echoes. Come and find me later in the Hall of Echoes. I believe I'm rather close to...
The big acorn has come! The prophecy...
Lucian the Divine standing guard over Arx. He's been slacking off by the look of... There in the hub! The Kraken!
Never make friends.
These Godwoken are going to be the death of me.
More two legs. Why must...
Death fog below.
You see the crash? The ship? Are there Voidwoken?
Thank the god there are Voidwoken within the city. I fear they are outside it too. But it seems Lucian's spirit watches over us. We are spared. For now. Do as we do. Stay far away from Arx until the trouble's clear.
I come for prayer and penitence.
Please tell me if you...
Do you see
Pilgrims. Probably here for Lucian's Day.
Only fog.
The woman's upper lip twitches, and her chest...
Lucian, I pray thee absolve my sins and find me worthy. The time of reckoning is upon us. The hall awaits only the chosen. May the death fog cleanse me as it cleanses the land and waters.
She shoots you a friend.
He has told me his plan, Lizard. Lucian will not wash our sins away with water or fire, but with death fog. The true faithful will bear. It spreads even now, just below. I am ready to prove my loyalty.
She trails off, and her eyes flit upwards, as if listening to a voice only...
No, I'm holding. I came all the way from Driftwood, but I never
Excuse me, have you word from the city? I heard the paladin's inside, and if it is, who's in charge of Fort Joy? My brother's just been sent there. I just need to plead his case. He's a sweet lad. He doesn't belong there. But I'll sort it out, that's for certain. I don't know. Maybe the paladins have finally had enough of this clampdown. The magisters will just go and lock up anybody. That wasn't Lucian's way. Another card?
No, I'm holding.
Me too. Hopefully Lucian will grant me his blessing.
Ah, hello. Please, if you'll have to forgive my limited stock, the incident in the harbour was void-woken. I was taking inventory of the stock, though I did see one little girl, all by herself just beyond the harbour. Poor thing. She was too far off. She was human. Light skin and fair hair, with a blue flower tucked behind one ear. But her eyes... I didn't know humans could have such dark eyes. They seemed almost pure black. A trick of the light, perhaps. And it wasn't the time to linger for another look. A pleasure doing business. Even now.
Another card?
No, I'm holding.
I feel awful. Me too. Hopefully Lucian will grant me his blessing.
Goods for sale
Jehan
here.
strokes his chin as he surveys the...
A bit of a choppy re-entry, wasn't it? Sorry I couldn't be there to greet you, but time is limited. The doctor will know of the crash soon enough, I need to learn as much as I can, as quickly as I can.
He swings a backpack over his shoulder.
Sadly, these pilgrims have no useful news. So, off to the city I go. Time to rid it of its demon.
For sale here. Any takers? Me too.
Perhaps. But I'm determined to Divinity eludes you still. But I've the feel to...
A firm handshake, and he's off.
So the hunt commences once more. May the Seven be on our side.
Yes.
Another card. I feel awful. Hopefully Lucian will grant me his blessing.
Eavesdropper must have breathed in some...
You all right, Strange? I heard a huge crash in the mountains earlier. Maybe thunder, maybe Voidwoken. Don't go wandering alone now. There's no telling what you'll find. White? Sure. Just before they lock the city gates. They say Dallis herself is inside the city walls. Of course, once the Voidwoken landed, that were the only thing on anyone's lips. Lucian's Day. Got a few prayers of my own that need answering. But these days, who don't?
She shoots you a questioning look. But
I won't ask. Long as it weren't a Voidwoken, that's... Well, settle in then. No point heading into the city. Gates... I feel awful. Hopefully Lucian will...
You come to the city, whatever your purpose in Arx. I want to visit Lucian's shrine to find answers. But perhaps it is a fool's errand. Word comes that access is forbidden. There is fighting. I hear Magisters in white fighting the Paladins. And I hear a Voidwoken. I do not expect to hear his voice. But I meditate. I look upon his disciples. I take in his resting place. Perhaps the answers come. Peace, too. And perhaps not. This is the chance I take.
I'm the last merchant till inside the city gates. Get what you need or you'll regret it.
Oh, pure divine.
Hopefully Lucian will grant me his...
I can't believe that I made it all the way here just to get... You'll see why I'm sore.
A prayer note. Blessed Lucian, help me find true love. Pray speak. The Sallow Man's mirror was rather obscure, but I have my suspicion. There's an ancient Empire consulate in the city, you see. By far and away the only place with the appropriate decor and decorum to host a princess. Rather hard not to think of Divinity, wouldn't you say, once it's become a prom? I've always known I was destined for greatness. To be Godwoken, though, that I did not quite see. Did you? Yes, blotted out by your master. What a shame. But of course that doesn't quite answer your original question. I have thought about the prospect of Divinity, yes. And about what Divinity really... When one strips away from the term all the pomp, all the piety, all the manifold associations it calls to mind, one is left with a single word, power. The true meaning of Divinity is power, and as it so happens, power means a great deal to me. The only thing you have to ask yourself is, does it mean anything to you? If this man was to be believed, he was the House of Shadows, which implies said institution exists no longer. I am not of the opinion, however, that this man was to be believed. Was he prince? Maybe. Did he truly work for the good of our empire? Perhaps. He could have been no more than a lowborn, with a taste for drama and deceit. He could be one Shadow Prince in a legion of thousands. All that matters is he's dead. No longer can he stand in my way or pose a threat to Sadher. Which quite calls for a celebratory round of drinks as far as I'm concerned. A battle lost. A war begun. Dallas and that pet of hers are a force to be reckoned with. There is more to them than meets the eye. But what truly makes me pause is the fate of the Seven. How pitiful they were at the end. Think on it. Gods reduced to snarling beasts. So starved of source, it made them rabid. Think on it, because that is what we're fighting for. To be a god, knowing what a god really is. The powers of the Seven lie hidden in this city. So by all means, let's play hide and seek with Divinity itself. Of course, Sadher continues to play hide and seek as well. More than anything, I long to find her.
Yes? Well, I'm still quite keen on getting this parasite out of my head. First that, then Dallas.
She says nothing for a moment, but chews her lip.
To be honest, so did I. When we first arrived on the island, I could barely keep a lid on it. But when we fought the gods, it suddenly grew quiet. I think it's waiting, biding its time. For what, I'm not totally sure, but it's eager. I wish I didn't have to say that. Oh? I remember. What about it?
It's a dangerous path ahead, friends. Best to stock up.
Look, Chief, I've had a long, short life. And one thing I figured out is, when it's right, it's right. And what we have, you know how I feel about you. That isn't gonna change. Not now, not ever. But I don't expect anything from you. I don't even want anything from you, but to see where this road takes us. If that road should happen to lead straight to a quiet spot with a mat on the floor and no one watching, well, you wouldn't hear any complaints from this corner.
Well, well. We made it to the big smoke. Well, you know what I think? We need to find Lucian, without delay. I saw the mass death caused by the Divine Order's war firsthand. If Divinity can do the opposite of that, I'm interested. And if it can't, what good is it? You're right. The gods may be dead, but we still live. That has to mean something.
Ifan shrugs and turns to survey the environment, squinting into the distance.
I think we should find out what it is. Me? I'm fine, but you almost got yourself killed back there. You should be more careful. We can't afford to lose our leader. And I don't want to lose a friend. No need for thanks. You're still the natural choice.
Ifan claps you on the shoulder and beams at you.
Seen what happened at the harbor? Voidwoken destroyed the whole place.
As a matter of fact, yes.
Dallas was quite lucky to escape the Voidwoken. It destroyed her ship, but the hammer herself made it into the city all right.
Someone left a prayer here. Lucian bless my sickly child.
Something very bad has happened.
Travel, they said. See all the wonders of the world, they said.
The spirit of a dwarf cowers behind some rubble. One of her legs is suddenly yanked backwards, and she's hauled... The spirit of a woman throws phantom rocks in a desperate attempt to... The spirit of a paladin lurks near some cargo at the edge. You do your best to remain inconspicuous, observing the scene from behind some barrels and crates stacked near the wall. The Lord Dread looms ahead of you. Dallis herself descends the gangway, Freedman following at a distance. You need to report this to Lord Ken. The traitors are here. It's only when you try to sneak away that you realize something has curled itself around your ankle. A powerful tentacle. It pulls you towards the water.